I'm Barry Funkhauser, and this is the Barry Funkhauser Show. Hey, happy Tuesday. Here's what's going on. Well,
I'm sorry.
California residents.
I just thought of something.
What? What happened? You
I just thought
hold
of
that
something.
thought there, okay, Buster?
No, because it's I'm sorry. I totally fucked you up. I just thought it would be funny at one point for me to be like, I'm Barry Funkhauser and this is the Barry Funkhauser show. And you'd be
I
like,
know.
wait a second, that's my line. Something like that. Anyway.
That's funny. I
Anyway,
thought about that.
go ahead.
I'm Barry Funkhauser, and this is the Barry Funkhauser Show. Well, here's what's going on. California residents get an extension to file their taxes. Metrolink and Amtrak resume downtown LA to San Diego service. And Netflix's Love is Blind fails live. As always, I'm here with my co-host and general know-it-all current events guy, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, I'm on the Barry Funkhauser show. That's right, the Barry Funkhauser show.
Isn't it an honor and a privilege?
It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you, sir.
I was thinking, because I'm a little under the weather here, weather-wise here. It's cloudy day.
You know what? I hear it in my headphones.
And I was thinking to myself, it would be really nice to have just Joe fill in. But how would he start the show? Would he say,
"Hi, I'm Barry Funkhauser, and this is the Barry Funkhauser Show"?
I think you would have to say your name, and this is the Barry Funkhauser Show.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's try it.
Hi, this is Joe, and you're listening to the Barry Funkhauser Show.
Why'd you go so low there?
I don't know. I wanted to be James Earl Jones, I guess. I'm trying.
It's not the Joe I know.
I know. Oh, so it should be like, "Hi, this is Joe, and welcome to the Barry Funkhauser Show." Like that?
Oh my gosh! Welcome to Disneyland.
Too high? Oh, you put me right in the middle there.
Hey, so
forget about all that.
So a little later on, if I feel better this week, the sweetie and I were going to go geocaching.
Oh, cool.
I think I told you about that before. Didn't I tell you about that once upon a time?
Yeah, I've been waiting for you. I asked you if you wanted to go up to Mountain High, and you said you couldn't because when in the geocaching world, you need to be closer to your geocache just in case you need to replace it or monitor it or something like that, and Mountain High's too far. So where are you guys going to go geocache around?
Well, it's going to be somewhere local here, but the sweetie got a geocaching kit, another one in the mail.
That's
and
cool.
It comes with some really cool stuff. What's it called? The travel bug. There's these little keychains, and one of them it's the travel bug, and the bug is made up, composed of a barcode, and that is how you track it around the world. And one of these travel bugs that she's heard of in the geocaching world made it all the way to Northern Ireland. So you're able to track.
So someone found it here and then took it all the way back to Northern Ireland?
Yeah, and put it in a geocache there.
It's so cool. Okay. So do you guys have an idea of what are you going to make it a simple one? Or are you going to make it like a trek through a forest type of situation? Like what are you thinking?
Well, I got a couple of those hide a rocks. Hide a key in a rock. Mm-hmm. You've heard of those things. So I think we're going to start there. We're just going to put a rock somewhere near a bunch of other rocks. And I think it's going to be Creekside over here, Cayugas Creek.
Well, don't tell people where. Now you can't do Cayugas Creek because now everybody knows to go look at Cayugas Creek.
It's a giant area.
Doesn't matter. I'm thinking we're going to have to, we got to be more discreet.
Well, you got to put it on the map. So
you got to make it harder. You got to make it fun for them. You got to make it an adventure, don't you?
Well, the way it works is there's a map, and then there's a location where the geocache is. And then from that point, then you make it difficult. So, I can tell them that it's...
from that point, that's the starting point, and then they need to find the X.
Yeah, it could be hanging in a tree or under a rock. And then you could be
like, well, yeah, but do you get to do like the cool directions? Like, from the rock that looks like a tiny little bear, you want to go due west.
Yeah, you can put hints on there.
Oh, see? Oh, man, you know what? I got to get into this. This is like genius stuff right here. This is like really cool. I would probably make mine stupid hard though. That's what I want to do. I want to one of the things I want to do when I win the lottery. It's not an if anymore. It's a when now.
Okay.
I'm throwing it out there into the universe. I want to put like a big amount of money and I want people to go on a treasure hunt. Like I want to but not like, hey, let's go destroy some stuff, treasure hunt, but a fun treasure hunt. I'm gonna do it. Well, first I need to win the lottery, and then I'm gonna put $1 million in a safe, secure place, and then I'll geocache it.
I thought you said you're going to put $1 million in a safe.
You know what? I should actually put it in a safe. So if someone finds the safe, then they don't have the combination. They can't just take the safe. Because safes weigh a lot. Oh, speaking of, did you know there was a new construction over by my house and Pavilions wanted to move and they were taking over I think it was an old Wells Fargo bank location. And they wanted to move the store to the front and they couldn't do it because the safe that Wells Fargo had installed is so heavy that they can't move it now. So they had to build the store basically around the safe.
Wow.
It's very funny. Yeah. Anyway, I won't get a safe that big, but I will do some cool geotagging if I ever make a lot of money. But this sounds fun. This sounds
super fun.
Can you do geocaching like this for like a group of friends and then like have it as a party?
I'm sure that
might be a fun scavenger hunt party.
A lot of people do it for their friends and then just leave it there and put it public. So sometimes, when you're like a reunion, like a college reunion, I heard about one up in Rhode Island or somewhere around there where they did something that like connects all of the friends together and leaving it out there for the rest of the world to, discover is also an homage to their friendship.
That's really cool. You know what? If I had friends, I would do that. I just don't. It's you and my wife. Those are my only friends. Eve, maybe. But I don't think she likes me that much. So I think I'm only an acquaintance to her at the moment.
Oh, you'd be surprised, brother.
Well, she likes me?
Yeah.
She likes me? Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. When
We're
I
all
steal
big
her
fans of Joe.
When I steal her geocache and don't tell her, she might not like me that much.
All right, let's get into the news today, man. California residents are getting an extension to file taxes, and those who lost money from crypto, well, they get a break too. Listen.
You ready to file your taxes? If you need more time, you may be in luck. Due to the severe winter storms, flooding, and mudslides we experienced, federal tax filing payment deadlines are automatically extended to October 16th if you have an address on record located in a federally declared disaster area. That includes Los Angeles, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. If you also qualify for an extension to file a state tax return and pay taxes owed until October 16th. And if you live in a different county, but your business is inside one of the covered counties, you also qualify for an extension.
An extension or no extension. There are some things people with cryptocurrency need to know about filing their returns this year. And if you lost money on crypto, it could lower your taxes. Reporter Alexis Christophers explains.
Most filers, when doing taxes this year, will have to check a box on whether they had digital assets or not.
For federal tax purposes, digital assets are treated as property. Even if you did not sell or move any digital currencies, you simply possess it. You want to make sure that you check that correctly.
If you do have digital assets, you might have received a crypto tax statement from the exchange platform you've been using.
I think that surprises people because they think that crypto is supposed to be so anonymous. There actually are some pretty tight regulations on the services that let you buy and sell.
If you lost money in crypto in 2022, you could actually use that to offset up to $3,000 in income. And if you were paid in virtual currency for a job, that needs to be reported on your taxes.
Income is income. So it doesn't matter where it comes from. You want to make sure that you report it on your taxes, and not doing so is not following the law.
And what about NFTs, non-fungible tokens?
It's really the sale component that would be significant. So if you're selling it, especially if you're making a sizable profit, like that would be the taxable event, not just buying and collecting, as a hobby, but actually making money off the sale of it.
Yeah. So what? I mean, Joe, I don't think you delved into crypto at all this year or ever.
No, that's a sucker's bet right
I
there.
don't think you
man.
bought an NFT either.
No, that's also a sucker's bet. That was all
So-
speculation that made rich people richer.
But you did do
And
your taxes,
screwed
and you
everybody
did.
else.
You did do your taxes. You did not need the extension, from what I understand from previous podcasts.
Oh, no. I mean, I could have used the extension if I wanted to. I had until October 18th, I believe, to pay my $11,000 tax bill. No,
Outrageous.
I just I'm luckily I was saving some money, and I opened up some overhead on my credit cards, and I got some points and paid it off.
Oh,
So,
good times.
I mean, I
man.
didn't pay it all off. I'm waiting on some money and some
You
checks
got it
to
under
clear
control.
and stuff like that. But I got it under control. It's not like the greatest thing. You don't usually want to pay your taxes on a credit card, but I have a plan. I just put it on the credit card so I can get the points, and then I'm paying off the credit card. So, but yeah, yeah, it's crypto is still revenue if you are bringing it in. So, don't think that just because it's crypto, you can't like declare it like, oh, I got paid in crypto, I don't need to pay my taxes because it's all anonymous. No, the government's going to come after you. The government always wants their cheese, man. So you got to make sure you're going to give it to them.
True that. Well, Joe, it sounds like you and I both need a vacation after paying all of these dues.
Oh, I always need a vacation. Where are you gonna send me?
Well, there's some good news afoot if you like the train. Metrolink and Amtrak are resuming their trek from downtown LA to San Diego. Listen.
Seeing the Pacific Surfliner pull into this Irvine station, knowing it will go all the way down to San Diego, was a huge relief to many riders.
Hey, how happy are you today?
I'm very happy. It's going to be a much easier commute to work today.
Colton Shanley commutes from Irvine to San Diego once a week for work, but for more than 6 months, he hasn't been able to take the train all the way down. That's because last September, a section of train tracks in San Clemente was shut down.
That particular area had some slope stabilization issues, and emergency repair work had to be done in order to stabilize the tracks and make sure that there is no movement in the track itself.
The work affected Metrolink and Amtrak Pacific Surfliner passengers, but in February, the tracks were considered safe enough to resume weekend service, and Monday morning, weekday service was once again up and running. We talked to a passenger who just came up from San Diego on one of the first weekday rides since the reopening.
It was really great. They actually slowed down a little bit where they were doing the construction work. I could tell it went a little slower than usual, but it was a great ride. I'm really excited it's up and working again.
Hey, so the crazy thing, did you see the track that they have fixed and how close it is to the shoreline? Sheesh. It's like right there.
This is like one. Okay. One, I love trains.
Yeah, trains are great, especially the Surfliner.
Oh, the Surfliner. Honestly.
Have you taken the Surfliner?
Yes, I have. It is.
Yeah, me too.
It is one of my favorite trains.
I want to take the Zephyr
in the country.
That's the Zephyr is the one that I'm looking forward to someday.
Oh wait, where's the Zephyr? Wait. Wait. Are you talking San Francisco across the country?
Yeah, up to Chicago. I think it ends up in Chicago, but it goes.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. There's a couple. Okay.
Yeah.
If you like trains, I got some great train trips for you. But honestly, if you guys have never taken the Pacific Surfliner, oh man, you are missing out. From San Luis Obispo all the way down to San Diego, it's basically on the coast. That's why they call it the Surfliner. And so, that stretch of 5 going down by Pendleton, man, it when you drive it, it's infuriating because there's always just tons of traffic. When you take the train and you get to drive and you get to just ride along that stretch through oh gosh, what is it? I like San Clemente area and all the beach cities down there in like North County, San Diego County. It is just lovely. You don't have to worry about traffic. You just like sit there and like look at the beach and watch the surf roll in. It is a fantastic train ride. So if you ever have to go down to San Diego, we used to take the surf liner when we were going to E3. Because man, who wants to drive? Who wants to like drive to E3? You're not leaving San Diego. You're just driving down there and then you're like partying for 3 days dressed up as a Wookiee or something. So it was always just so much fun. And you don't have to worry about parking. Like the Surfliner ticket was less than what we would have had to pay for parking for 3 or 4 days. So why not just take the round trip? It was so good. So please do it. And even if it's just a weekend, even if it's just a day, go down, hop on the train at Union Station, take the Surfliner down, go see a Dodger game at Petco Park, go watch the Dodgers play the Padres, an afternoon game, get down there by, get on the train at like 9, you get down there by like 11:30, you hang out for a little bit, you have some lunch, you go to Petco, you see a game. Games only last like 2.5 hours now. You get back on the train at 5. You're back at Union Station by 7:30. You hit Alvarado Street. You go get some taquitos, and then you get yourself home. That sounds like a fantastic Saturday or Sunday to me.
Damn, you planned the whole day.
Oh man, I love stuff like this. It just like gets my head rolling. But Barry, you want to take the Zephyr? The Zephyr's goes up and follows. I want to say it follows the 80 across, or is it the 70? Either way,
up there.
It goes up. You go right through the Sierras. You go right through the Rockies, right into Denver, and then over to Chicago. But Barry, this is the one train trip I've wanted to take my entire life. I wanted to take it with my dad. We didn't ever make it. My brother and I might want to go, because it sounds like such a fun trip. I think you might actually want to go too, once I tell you. So
I'm in. I'm intrigued already.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Empire Builder train line?
No.
All right. The Empire Builder train line is one of the most famous train lines all of the United States. It starts in Chicago. Okay. So you fly into Chicago. You spend a day there. You go to a Cubs game at Wrigley. You go get some pizza at Numero Uno. You hang out in Chicago. You get your Chicago-ness in, right? Then the next morning, you hop on the train, take the Empire Builder. Takes you from Chicago right up into Fargo, and then you hang over and you start heading west through North Dakota. You get into Montana and stuff. Well, the Empire Builder connected Chicago to Seattle. So in the late 1800s, they were transporting goods from Seattle, like getting them from the Far East, transporting them from Seattle to Chicago. Then from Chicago, they would put all that freight on barges, and then the barges would go through the Great Lakes all the way down into New York. And all of that stuff, all of those goods would then make it to the East Coast. And then they did it the reverse. Anything manufactured on the East Coast was sent on barges all the way through the Great Lakes to Chicago, and then shipped on train to Seattle. And then from Seattle, they shipped stuff down on a boat to San Francisco. And that's how everything got to the West Coast. But the Empire Builder, you go up, you go through Fargo, and then the next morning, you sleep in your car, the train's still going. The next morning at 9 a.m., the train rolls right into Glacier National Park. And then for 8 hours, the train's just going through one of the least populated areas of North America. There isn't anything within 100 miles of the train tracks in Montana going through Glacier National Park. You're like almost up at the border of Canada at this point. And you're just rolling through. And then the train itself has like a nice open glass ceilinged car, a viewing car where the seats are stacked in a, like stadium seating, stacked up 3 high, so everyone could just sit and watch and look at the national park. You get through the next morning, you go through the tunnel, and then right at dawn, boom, you're in Seattle. You get out, you go to the farmer's market, you go to the original Starbucks, you get yourself a coffee, you go over, you watch a Mariners game, you go hang out with my buddy Kevin, you go see my family over in Sammamish, and then boom, you hop on a plane, come back to Los Angeles. Doesn't that sound like a great trip, Barry?
Sure, man. I felt like I just went with you just now already.
All right, well, okay. So
we don't have to go now
that,
because we went there in our minds.
No, come on. We got to get the sleeper car. We got to do the whole thing. I would recommend you get the sleeper car that has the bathroom inside your car. The only problem is it's expensive. It's like $2,500.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm out.
Oh, come on. What if I pay? This is after I win the lottery.
Okay. I could pull the Joe and be like, are you paying?
Exactly.
Okay. if it's on you, then I'm in, buddy. I'm in.
A cheap ass bastard like me and just sponge off me for a change instead of me sponging off you. See, works out.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, here's some more quote unquote news. Now, me and the sweetie Eve, we've been we just started the latest season of Love is Blind, which is this dating show where they're all in pods and they don't know each other. They can't see each other. And some of them propose immediately. And you're kind of with it for the entire trip. It's another dating reality show. But turns out the latest season came out. And at the end of the season, they like to do these reunion shows where they get everybody together and talk about what they talk about scenes that happen and then what they're up to and all that jazz. Well, they tried to do it live. I think last night or night before. Well, here's what happened. Listen.
This was just a bit of a failure for Netflix's iteration into these live-streamed events.
Yeah, huge disaster for Netflix. I mean, they, made a big deal about we're going to do more live events. This is part of their big push into advertising. You need more live programming. They're kind of dipping their toes in. They did the Chris Rock special last month. This was their second big live stream event. And for it to fail, not only signals to viewers like, it's disappointing right now, but also all the media watchers, everyone that's thinking about buying advertising, sports leagues. Do you trust Netflix to live stream games in the future? This is not a great start.
We'll get a full opportunity, Caro, for a post-mortem because Netflix has earnings in 24 hours' time or so. One of the worst performers on the S&P 500. Felix, what have Netflix had to say? I think they issued an apology, didn't they?
They apologized. They said, stick around. We're going to tape the show. There was a live audience. So they said, OK, we'll do the reunion. We'll tape it, and then we'll put it up tomorrow. So at some point today, presumably fans are going to get to watch this. I think it's less of a problem with the fans and just a broader problem for Netflix when they've made such a big deal about, OK, we're doing this big advertising initiative, and we're really going to start ramping up our live programming. This is just not what you want to see getting out of the gate.
And it's funny. He didn't do a really good job at explaining it, but
yeah, I was going to ask, what actually happened?
It was supposed to happen live. Okay, so you tune in on Netflix, and it says, hang tight. Something went wrong. There's a technical difficulty glitch. And so, like, a half hour went by, and then Netflix tweeted out, 15 minutes. We'll be doing it 15. And then it turned into 75 minutes from that point. And everybody online was pissed off because, sitting there waiting for this thing to show live. And this hour and a half goes
by.
by.
On the East Coast, it's probably getting to close to 11 o'clock at that point.
So in the studio, Vanessa Lachey and her boyfriend, husband Nick.
It's husband.
Yes.
Oh wait, are they still the hosts? Because we watched Vanessa Lachey on NCIS Hawaii because I'm obsessed with everything Hawaii, and I'm not gonna lie, she's a pretty decent actress these days. So it's pretty wild. So okay, go ahead.
So they're on Instagram. They're on Instagram. They're like, bear with us, it's gonna happen. and there's like a live studio audience, and all of the cast members are sitting there, and we can't see them because they have to reveal it on Netflix. So she's got a close-up shot, and it never happened. They ended up taping it.
Okay.
So
I don't understand how Netflix has such an issue with live stream. Weren't we just talking about how we had a seamless live stream experience with Coachella this weekend on YouTube?
Except for Frank Ocean. Did you hear about that, dude?
Well, the Frank Ocean stuff is different. It wasn't the live stream that was bad. It was Frank Ocean himself said, you're not live streaming my performance.
And he was an hour late, and he hit the curfew.
He was an hour late and all that stuff. But as far as YouTube's live streaming capabilities, they've been doing concerts for years, and we've never heard of YouTube having a problem with the live stream.
Well,
stuff,
that's
right?
the first, there was a heated conference call the next morning saying, how could we get this wrong? How could we screw this up? What happened?
Right, exactly, because it does make Netflix look bad. So of course their stock shares should be tanking, because you're Netflix. You should have had this. You should have this down.
They're like, we just raised the rates on these people, and now we're screwing us up. It's not a good look.
Exactly. This is a bad look. But I still don't understand how a company like Netflix can't get a live production right. Like broadcast television has been doing this literally for like 80 years. How does Netflix not have the technology to do this correctly, to pull off a live event?
I don't know, man. I bet you it's a server problem.
I don't know.
Course,
I don't know
what
what
we didn't. Of course, it's what what they least expect to happen. But I'm sure they'll explain themselves over time. Maybe they won't, but
it doesn't matter because consumers don't care about the explanation. Consumers don't care. Like the fans of Love is Blind are gonna watch the show regardless, but it's not about the fans. You're trying to bring new people in, and this shows people that Netflix is not ready for primetime live event coverage. So how do you as Netflix, we're talking about like there definitely was a conference call, and it didn't happen this morning or in the morning. It literally happened
like as it was happening
upon them deciding, hey, we can't do this tonight. You had dozens of people on calls overnight trying to figure out what was going wrong.
Yeah.
But as the news story broke out, you got, these streaming services have kind of hit a wall with subscriptions, and the only way to increase revenue now is through ads. People that stream don't want ads. We pay to not have ads, but you can pop ads into live entertainment stuff, and that's how they're supposed to make more money. If everybody else but Netflix can do this better, why is any kind of sports league going to trust Netflix? Why wouldn't they just go to YouTube? When
That's
YouTube
what they're
can
saying.
when YouTube can just go, hey, just look at the last 8 years that we've live streamed Coachella. You will see no problems that we've had. We've had multiple channels from multiple stages, and nary an issue. Nary a technical issue. If our fans want to watch, they can watch, and they don't have a problem with it. Netflix can't say the same. And others like Prime. Doesn't Amazon Prime do live football? I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
like Thursday Night Football now.
Yeah, they do.
Man, Netflix is really they're dropping the ball hard.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll still watch Love is Blind, though. I'm on episode 2, so don't tell me what happens.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. This is the Barry Funkhauser Show.